everybody, Dodger here. Welcome back to the RaceCraft server. Today we are working on Plebeland some more. Gonna finally make some building progress after my recent fascination with terraforming and overall landscaping. I actually spent some time doing a little bit more of the same theme that we started last time around the whole area. I think, well, you saw a little bit of preview of it there in the intro, but I think the best area of improvement is probably over here. So you can see I've continued the whole theme. So we have the spruce stairs with the spruce fences going up through the walls. I've kind of worked on this previously very derpy and exploded pond. So now it looks like more of a retention pond with a what I'm imagining to be like a, I don't want to say sewer pipe, but I guess that's the word I have to use. Runoff pipe down into here, so it makes this pond serve a purpose, and it all ties in very nicely. And that goes all the way around to here. Haven't quite figured out this area just yet. That will be for the future. So now we can step up through this side as well, and brings us up to the top layer. I continue the walls pretty far up. That's probably as high as I will go with them, because from there the terrain turns into 1 block increases. Let me show you what I mean by that. If I can get up. Alright, so yeah, you see this is a 1 block increase, and it goes way back before it goes up another one. So for those, I will leave those just natural hills. It was the sheer cliffs that I wanted to kind of cover up with these cobble walls, which were pretty well received. People seem to like the look. So luckily they get to stay, because I really like them, and I spent a lot of time on this. I don't think, oh, I continued this one around here and grew a large, one of my favorite spruce trees is these that none of the trunk is exposed. It's pretty cool looking, and I think I chopped off the top a little too. So that kind of covers up this area over here, and continue the wall along over here. So as far as the landscaping goes, I think we have made pretty good progress. We got a new friend over here, thanks to Ducks. We have a scarecrow using the new armor stands. They're pretty cool. They're pass-through. I kind of expected them to be active blocks and not just entities, but I guess there are entities indeed. So you can like kind of become one with them if you line up right. There we go. So you can become a scarecrow if you so desire. What else has happened? Oh, you guys happened. Apparently, in his visit, he decided we needed some chickens. And by some chickens, I mean a lot of chickens. Now, a lot of them seem to have floated down the river, but they keep attracting zombie friends that like their eggs. Kind of inconvenient. Why can't I reach you? What? Am I on this server right now? What is going on? Okay. They're moving. What is going on? Where are you guys? I can't touch anything. Alright, let me relog and figure out what the heck's going on. Okay, so apparently I was not connected that whole time. Good thing I didn't do anything, because I logged in right here. Let's see. Can we hit these guys now? There we go. Now we're actually part of the world. Yeah, so luckily the chickens are doing a pretty good job of thinning themselves out. There was a lot more here originally. Hey, get off my bed. That's my bed. You jerk. Thank you. Whoa, hi there. Oh, come on. Why did you blow up? That's BS. I was a mile away from him. You caused this. This is all your fault, you know. You don't even look guilty. Jerk. Alright, well, some of you have probably noticed that I have been absent for the better part of a week and a half now. And I honestly did not expect to be gone from videos quite that long. I did say that I would be gone for the weekend there, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Actually, I was in Alabama working with the Attack Motorsports Spec Miata team. Was an awesome weekend. It was, I have gone with them for about 6 race weekends in total. This one by far was the greatest one we've ever had. It was, everything just went perfect. It was a brand new track to all of us. We had no idea what we were really looking forward to, what we were going to experience there. And it ends up that it's probably one of the nicest facilities, one of the nicest tracks. It's in a really nice area. They have a really awesome museum. It was just, that was just an awesome experience, and I'll talk more about that later. But after that, I didn't get back till very late Sunday, and then as the week went on, little things just kept coming up and preventing me from doing anything video-wise. So now I'm back, and now I should be getting back into a rhythm of doing regular videos. I say this because I've noticed in the week that I've been gone, or week and a half that I've been gone doing videos and stuff, I've been getting still a large influx of subscribers and views and stuff like that. So even in my absence, I definitely appreciate all the support for the channel I've been getting lately. It's very encouraging. So what do we do today? I want to build a duplex, and I want it to be around here. So it'll be just basically 2 houses connected to each other. I have a basic idea for what I want it to look like, but I've not pre-built this or anything, so it's going to be probably some trial and error. Need to clear some inventory space. Let me actually go down here to the material chest of treatitude. Let me grab the oak, maybe a thing of spruce, get the planks, a little bit of cobble, and a thing of smooth. Actually, let's get too smooth. Too smooth. Alright. So, a duplex is basically, like I said, 2 houses that are hooked together. They're very small. They're like a lower grade townhouse, if you will. So, I want to keep with a similar theme to this, but maybe not quite so residential looking, because these have a lot of character to them for such small little houses. So I want to lose a little bit of that and go a little bit plainer, but still keep to the theme. So let me lay out, how about, I'm trying to think of what I want the outside walls to be. In this case we were using spruce for like the framing, so let's do that. So let's say the front corner will be here, and let's make this an odd number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this one will be, how is that going to be with the walkway? That's pretty good. Alright, so this one will then be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so that's how it would be. So these are going to be connected buildings and probably offset 2. Let's go back one more. So let me work out a little bit of a frame and whatnot and figure out what I'm doing before I start talking, because I'm not going to be able to design the main frame here while trying to tell the story of the weekend. So I'll make a little progress and come back to you. Okay then, so I did a little bit more than lay out the frame. I actually built one entire unit off camera, because I figured the best thing I could do was probably just do one side of it and then copy it for the other side to have something to do while explaining how the weekend went. So here it is. This is the east building, the east wing, and now we will build the west wing. So I guess let's just get started. So the weekend started off on Thursday, really, because I decided before I embarked on the well, it was about an 8-hour journey. We didn't realize we were going to cross into the central time zone, so we actually gained a little bit of time on the way, but it's an 8-hour journey either way you cut it. And then let's see, this goes up 2 more. So with the way my work schedule goes, I typically don't get to bed till about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, usually 2, and we had to leave for Barber at 5 a.m. So I decided to have the bright idea of, I'll just stay up all night and do like an all-night stream. What a great idea. It's a great way to get into streaming, and it'll keep me entertained for the night, and I'll just sleep the whole way there. It was a great idea, and the stream went very well, thanks to everybody that came out for that. But I did not manage to sleep 1 minute on the way there. Like, my eyes were closed, I was laying down in the back of the truck, but it just, I never actually fell asleep. It's funny because when we got there, or I finally like gave up on sleeping like 4 or 5 hours into the trip, they were like, "Man, you were out." And then I started like reading off everything they had talked about. And they're like, "Oh, you weren't asleep at all, were you?" No, I was not. Let's just say the back seat of a Dodge 3500 towing a trailer, not the smoothest ride in the world. It was, and between that and the roads in Georgia, which are mostly concrete, very bumpy. Every time I would think about falling asleep, bam, there's a bump, and it would jolt me back awake. So that was really the only unfortunate thing of the weekend. But once we finally got there, it's about an hour and a half past, or an hour and a half longer than Road Atlanta, which we had been to a couple times. But really, Road Atlanta had been the track we most liked before we made it to Barber. That's such a cool track. It's very dramatic in the way it looks and everything. It's the scenery, I guess, is a little nicer. There's a lot of dramatic mountains and stuff like that. The track is really tucked into the woods, so it's a really cool looking facility. But when we got to Barber, it was instantly obvious that this was of a whole different caliber. I'm trying to do some math here real quick because of the way I've staggered the buildings. Okay, so this is the wall. So as soon as we pull up, it's like every inch of that facility is manicured and landscaped, and it looks like a country club, pretty much. I mean, it's every square inch of it is just beautiful. The whole place, there's gardens, there's even the forests, like the forests around the track, every inch of them are mulched or cleared. All the low-hanging branches are cleared, so you can like walk around unimpeded. So it's a pretty amazing place. Beyond the fact that the track is pretty cool as well, it's a rather new track, which is something we don't have a whole lot of here in the States. Most of the road courses, especially the ones we go to, are very old. And by very old, I mean like were built in the 50s and 60s and haven't really been updated. That's definitely the case for almost every track we've been to, either as a team or I've been to as a spectator. So it was really cool to see a modern facility, but it's still built in a very old school way. The track is laid into the land. They just kind of, you can tell they just kind of cleared the land and designed the track off of that. They didn't design a track. It's not like a modern F1 Tilke track where he envisions this idea for what the track should look like, and then they clear the land to match it. It definitely seems like it goes the other way around. So there's that part of the weekend. There's that like aspect of it, just walking around and experiencing this really cool place. And then on top of that, there's the fact that there is a Barber Motorsports Museum, which was built and themed according to how Mr. Barber himself, who was a dairy farmer, owned a very large dairy. That's how he got all of his money. He sold the dairy and built a racetrack off of that money. We found out later. he built this museum that houses, we never got a solid answer, but somewhere between 1,100 and 1,400 motorcycles and dozens of Formula One cars. Obviously, it's a motorcycle-themed museum. He himself is a very motorcycle enthusiast. That's what he built the track for, was to be a motorcycle racing facility. Obviously, over time, it has also become a motorsports like hub. So there's car racing there too. But the museum was, I was blown away. We were all blown away by how cool it was. There's a lot of stuff that none of us had seen before, and that's kind of a rarity. We've seen a lot of old race cars and stuff because both me and Damon have. Well, Damon used to work for a team that runs a vintage racing team, so obviously he's seen a lot of old racing cars. But there was stuff there that even with that we hadn't seen. There was cool F1 cars like the John Player Special Lotus was there, and we were both blown away by that. So to end that story, if you're ever in Alabama and if you like anything even remotely close to cars, motorcycles, racing, or if you just like to see cool stuff, go to that museum. It was only $15 a person. We spent about 3 hours there. We could have spent many, many more. I will link a Flickr album of pictures I took while I was there, but they definitely don't do it justice. I kind of focused on just taking pictures of the cool details I saw. It doesn't really capture how impressively massive the place is. Alright, so this is a half step every step. And then when it comes to the actual racing, this was our last race for the car that pretty much founded the team. This is the car that Damon first built to start racing in Spec Miata, and that kind of it wasn't sad at all because we've kind of outgrown the car. Damon has definitely improved his driving to the point where the car is holding him back. It's basically the way the series works. You can either build a first generation Miata, which is a 1.6 liter, or you can build a second generation Miata, which is a 1.8 liter. The 1.6 liter is lighter, so that's supposed to balance it out, but it doesn't. They're just not even enough. Let me build this wall first. I think that'll be easiest. So we've had, he's put a lot of money into that car, and it's still, even on his best lap, is a mid-field car. So this new car he's building is a 99. It has the 1.8, and it will be ready for next season. And this track was on his bucket list, so we decided to do it in the 1.8 or in the 1.6 for its final race. We get there and we're doing a time trial, which is a different type of racing altogether, but a lot of the Spec Miata and a lot of the road racing guys did it just as a test session, but it made for a very busy weekend because I need a lot more spruce. That's what we need, because we would be like, alright, we'd got a time trial, and then it was like 30 minutes later that we'd be in another time trial, and then 30 minutes later we'd be qualifying for a race. 30 minutes later it's another time trial, and it was just like constantly busy, which was cool for him because he got so much track time, but it kind of hindered our ability to check the place out and just enjoy the racing. So there was that aspect of it, but the racing went so smoothly. I honestly did not pick up a wrench other than to torque down the wheels the entire weekend. Just nothing went wrong with the car, which has not happened before. Usually we're at least at minimum like checking tow, making sure everything's still in line because of some kind of off-track incident, and really I was anticipating a lot of that because he had never seen the track. But it all just went perfectly smoothly. Never touched the car. Handling wise, we never had any big problems with it. So that all worked out perfectly. I did not make any freaking half slabs. All right, let me gather more materials, gather my thoughts. There's 21. I need more though, and try to make this story a little bit more concise, and maybe finish this building today. Alrighty, so hopefully now I have the materials needed. Let me start working on the stairway to take us up to the top level. That'll just make it easier to work. How many back does the spruce go? It goes... Oh, sorry, it's cobble inside, huh? Alright, so I need to put the oak in so I know what I'm doing. So these will go... Okay, so the door... Why does this one seem like it's not right? Ah, crap. You know, I really felt like something was off. It's one too wide. There should be 3 inside of these, and there's 4 inside of these. So is it not 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that explains it. Alright, well that shouldn't be too bad. I just have to cut down this side. Okay, I hate to interrupt the story and whatnot, but something is going on over here. There is a spot that is just full of mobs. I don't know where it is. So let's do a little digging. They're still straight ahead, and then they're not. So there's somewhere right here. Hey guys, what are you doing down here? Oh god, I'm falling into this mess. I'm about to die. This can't go well. Luckily I'm glitched into this block. So thank you Minecraft for letting me glitch. Holy cow. There's some kind of like party going on here. Oh, that was painful. So no spawner or anything, just like 15 skeletons and 20 zombies. Which brings up a point. Apparently in 1.8, which we are on now, and in previous versions too, I don't know, every chunk has local difficulty, and if you look at it over there, it's up to 3.38 here, which I'm starting to think is really high, because, what's on this? Nothing good. Actually, let's get that back, because I could wear it. The mobs have been getting very decked out. I saw last night, I didn't want to use spruce, that was stupid. I saw last night a zombie with iron armor, completely decked out, and all enchanted iron armor. Why didn't I put a torch down there? That would have been smart. So yeah, the local difficulty around here definitely getting quite high. Alright, back on subject. So Friday we just get to the track and unload. Saturday starts the racing pretty early. We have TT first and we do a couple sessions. He instantly falls in love with the track pretty much, and everything goes real smoothly. We have our first qualifying session. We've qualified 9th, I believe. Yes, 9th place would have been where he qualified for race 1, which we thought was just the only race we're going to have that weekend. It actually ended up not being the case. There was 2 races in our docket for the weekend. So, surprise, Saturday night we have a sprint race. And that one is only 9 laps, so it was a quick little race, but everything went pretty smooth in that race. No real dramas. Us and the guy that was traveling with us that I forgot to mention, there was a local guy that I guess we kind of refer to as a teammate. Really, it's just kind of a mutual agreement to travel and help each other out together and stuff like that. We don't really share funds like, you know, you might think teammates would do, but it's just kind of he started with us and we travel to the races together when possible and stuff like that. So both of their races went really well. There was not really any drama in that one. A couple good passes here and there, but overall it was kind of boring. If I want to be that blunt. And then let's see, how do I do this? Fill that in there, and then this one all in. Okay, good. And then for the Sunday race, the qualifying was apparently the race that we had done Saturday, your best lap in that one, or a qualifying session that was on Sunday morning. They got shortened down to like 10 minutes because of some rainouts from the previous day. So he gets 10 minutes to go out there and try and set a fast lap, which is quite a tall challenge, especially for somebody that doesn't really know the track well. And he qualifies once again in 9th place, I believe, or close to it. I don't remember exactly. So he was happy with that, and then we moved on to the race, which ended up being probably, he agreed it was probably the best race of his career. Not as far as finishing position or anything goes like that. It was just super competitive, constant passing, back and forth action, all nice in a tight group. Because of the way Barber is, there's not a huge draft influence. Why is these stairs? Why these stairs seem different than the other ones? Something is different. Let me look again. So I have, yeah, something is different. It's on the same level, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have linked both of their videos actually in the description if you want to watch those. It's really entertaining. 4, 5. So this one's supposed to be a lower level too. No biggie. It's not NASCAR. It's not F1. So if you're expecting it to be like that, it's definitely not. But it's still, I thought it was a very interesting race to watch. We had a ton of fun watching from the tower. The tower, you can see like 65% of the track because it's a road course that folds into itself, which is really cool. You get a awesome view from there. And I guess that is about it. That is kind of my general synopsis of the weekend. That was just kind of like a information dump. Probably very hard to follow and stuff like that. But I just kind of wanted to the people who wanted to know how it went, give you a general idea how it went and what it was like, the experience it was. It was really awesome. Can't wait to do more racing with them or traveling with them. I'm going to work on trying to finish this place up, gather my thoughts, think of anything I've forgotten to mention, and we'll wrap this thing up. Alrighty, well, here we have our basic duplexes complete. East wing and west wing. They are almost mirrored. This one's actually ended up a little bit different inside on the top floor. So this one's going to be a little bit more expensive. The rent's a little higher here because you get a little bit more headroom. But overall, I'm very pleased with how the shape of them came out. It's pretty much, get out of here, pretty much exactly what I wanted. They look not extremely detailed, or I guess they actually are kind of detailed. They're just not very fancy looking. They serve their purpose. They look like houses. This is where you live. There's no frivolous like extra room for you to get around. There's no extra room around the houses and stuff like that. It's just where you live. And next time we'll focus on probably trying to get them furnished inside and hopefully do a little bit more landscaping. Yay, more landscaping around them to help them fit into the terrain a little bit better and not look like they just plopped out of the sky from SimCity. I hope you were able to follow along through my derpy explanation of the weekend. That needs some work. I don't like that. Looks a little too asymmetrical with that spruce sticking up in the back. But yeah, we'll work on them a little bit more next time when I can maybe focus a little bit better. Like I said, I'm sorry for if it sounded completely random and hard to follow. I gotta get back into the groove of doing the whole Let's Play thing again. It takes me a little while. It takes a little while for my brain to like click into that mode. So hopefully I get back into that and my brain starts to work in order, and we'll have more RaceCraft and more automation, more racing stuff, all to come. So yeah, thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.